Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and to another memory keeping video. This is for August 29th through September 4th of 2022. I'm going to be using these stickers from Sparkle Shine Studio over on Etsy to help decorate the spread. I had a kit. This was another week in which I said, you know what, let's do something else. So that's exactly what I did. And I'm also using some washi from my collection uh, to do my dates and the days of the week. So that's what you're seeing me do here. I used whiteout for the top, and then I am cutting out these days. There's a big gap, so I had to cut them out individually. I couldn't just like spread out the washi, which is fine by me. Um, I'm going to adjust this washi here just to try to make it straighter um, and line up better with the washi for Tuesday. And then I'm off screen cutting Monday off. I'm cutting the little excess off. And then I'm going in and putting down the dates. And now I'm using my washi. This is Sparkle, no, Shine Sticker Studio. Yes. Um, it's just some pens. I thought that was appropriate. This is a back to school theme, so I picked out things in my collection that I thought went with that. This particular washi says music and it's got like 100% on it, so it looks like grade. That was my thought. Um, so yeah, and I'm just using this Midori ruler to cut my washi. It's really cute. It's got cats. It's stenciled too, so you can draw out the cats. Then I have this alphabet washi, which kind of annoyed me because it only goes from like A to R, which is fine. I can spell my first and last name. Nope, first, middle, and last name with this washi if I cut them out. But anyways, and then another Shine Sticker Studio washi with Luna. She's holding a planner. I thought that was perfect for back to school as well. Like she's holding her books for school or whatever. But yeah, so moving on to the second half of the week. This is how I normally set up everything. I do the one half and then do the other half, do the washi and everything for the first half, and then yeah. So I'm using that to also white out where it says weekend adventures. And then yeah, I'm gonna put down the days, which I took the time to pre-cut out. You just didn't see me do that. And then doing the dates as well. And again, doing the washi. So this is not the only back to school spread I have in this particular planner. I did another one for the 22nd through the 28th, because that's actually when my nephew started school. But I always tend to do back to school a couple of times in my planners, so um, that is why there's two. But I may be filming once I finish this particular planner a flip through of this planner, and I've been thinking about doing a flip through of my past planners as well, but I have not Um, I have not fully decided on that yet. So now I'm going to use this Pigma Micron 01 to make a line down the center of the Saturday and Sunday box so that I can have more delineation. I don't always do that, um, but then there are times that I do. So now we're going to get into decorating. I'm just going to place down random stickers, um, or randomly place the stickers, let's say. And um, they're just going to go in several different places, but I'm not going to put all of them down because I want to see what I when I get into the day by day where certain stuff lands. Um, so yeah, and now I'm just using these smaller stickers. It was perfect. There were about 5 of them, so I could use that to mark work. And as you can see, I'm thinking about it and I put them down. And then I immediately take them right back up. So then I grab my mild liners, um, and I use them as my boxes. So rather than looking through my collection and grabbing stickers, I decided that I would just use my mild liners um, to mark, uh, you know, wherever I was wanting to put stuff. And I tried to mimic the look of a kit. So, um, but it was really just easy to mark out a spot and write down what I needed. So, I'm gonna go through the day by day as I do this. I do peel up that sticker. So, week before this, I had COVID for the fourth time, and my quarantine was over. So I went back to work. Work was very tiring because I am one of the people that gets very, very sick with COVID. Usually, once I start showing symptoms, I am sick for a full 5 days. Um, and so, but it still lingers afterwards, and I stay very, very tired, which is why I did no exercise that day. Um, and I went to bed early because I probably was beside myself with how tired I was. Because I didn't work for basically a week. So, in fact, I'm going to do a spoiler and I'm going to look back and see what day I was actually diagnosed on. Okay. It looks like the Tuesday of the week before. So, anyways, I'm marking work again. Uh, and that I had one closing. Um, I probably jumped in on this one because I had been out, so there was no way that unless I scheduled one very far in advance or it was scheduled while I was out. And then I finished Lock and Key, which is a Sarah Dessen book. Um, when it comes to teen, young adult authors, she was absolutely one of my favorites. And so I think I have all of her books. But anyways, I got a migraine, which might have had something to do with the COVID, but also might had just been my brain. So, and then I started Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I have read not all of her books because there's a series that I haven't read yet, but anything in the universe of the Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo and Daisy Jones and the Six. I've read all of them. And we got paid that day. So, and now I'm using one of the uh, smaller stickers to mark work. Um, and again, marking work. Uh, it was also one of my coworkers' birthdays that day. I also had two closings that day as well, probably two that were also scheduled while I was out. Um, I do mark in just a couple minutes that I was doing a little better. Um, like I said, I COVID pretty much takes me out for the count, but now it is to the point where even if I wanted to take like a full 2 weeks off, couldn't do it. So, but luckily, I've only ever had to do that. The first time I had COVID in last week of 2020, first week of 2021. Um, and that was because it was mandatory to quarantine for that long. And then I read some more Malibu Rising. Moving on to the second half of the week, I again am marking work. Um, and I'm going to go ahead and mark that as well for Friday. Um, so I put 8 to 5 down on Friday because I'm not paying attention to what I have written on my little planner. Um, anyways, so I'm going to mark down that I was not feeling 100%. And then I am also marking that I had a salad for lunch, probably from a local place called the Market. They have a salad bar. They have like um, stuff made by local companies, things like that. Love going there. And then I'm marking down that I read some more Malibu Rising. And gonna mark that I had pizza for lunch. And I'm also going to do another spoiler alert and see when did I finish Malibu Rising? Or did I not mark it? Yes, I finished it on September 6th and then started reading another book. So, but moving on to Friday, we had Foxes for lunch. I don't think I went with anybody. I think I just wanted pizza that day and didn't feel like going to the other pizza place. And then I'm marking that I left early because I was starting to feel really, really bad again. Um, and then I don't know who got me McDonald's for dinner, but somebody got me McDonald's for dinner. I might have stopped and got it on my way home, but I left at like 2 o'clock that day. So, um, and then again, I read Malibu Rising, and then I had me time, which I have every single Friday. It is where I take either a bubble bath or I put a bath bomb down in the bath with me, and I watch YouTube videos or something else uh, while sitting in the bathtub. Sometimes I will listen to whatever book I'm reading. And then moving on to Saturday. Um, Okay, I'm getting out my I'm getting a weekend sticker out. This is from one of the Happy Planner packs uh that I had. Um and I thought it matched the washi really well, so I'm using that. And now we're going to move on to Saturday. So first I'm going to mark my weight because I was still doing Weight Watchers at the time, I believe, and I gained half a pound, which, considering I ate fast food twice the day before, um, that is not surprising. So, um, and then I don't know if this is when I went to go see Spider-Man No Way Home, or if it was released or what. Um, but I know I went to go see it. So I'm looking this through my planner to see what that was being marked for, but I marked it. Anyways, and then we had family night with pizza. I don't I can't remember if we had my nephew or not. We probably did if we were having pizza because that kid loves him some pizza. And then I didn't have much to mark on Sunday, so I'm using the paint palette for the top part. And then my mom made roast. So we kind of had that for lunch and dinner that day. Um, and my mom makes some of the best pot roast ever. Um, the only thing is she puts carrots in it, and I don't really like cooked carrots. But I'm getting to where now uh, I like them a little more. I can at least stomach them if they're in something. And then I watched the Shania Twain documentary, I think on Netflix. This is how you know that I just record these without uh, doing any research, is because I didn't know when Spider-Man No Way Home came out, or if I went to go see it or what. And the Shania Twain documentary, don't remember what it was on. Think it was Netflix. But now I'm just using the rest of the stickers to kind of decorate around. I am using that little planner and to just kind of, really, I'm just using the books and stuff to kind of litter them around the page. But I was really surprised um looking at these stickers that, like, there's two language books. There's no like literature book, um which of course here in the States is just considered, English. But I do recognize that in other countries English is a second language, so there's probably like a book with English written on it and it's learning the language. um yeah, I'm also using some clever fox stickers as well, to decorate the page. And now we're going to get into me finding icons and placing them down. So I have about 5-ish minutes left of this video. So let's talk about, I don't know, what my favorite subjects in school were. I was not good at math. I was not very good at science unless it had something to do with dinosaurs. Um, I really liked history, specifically like British history. American history always seemed very, very new to me, and I liked older history. I'm still very much that way. Um, but I do know a lot about the American Revolution. Thank you, Hamilton. Um, and to be fair, I have read the biography of Alexander Hamilton by Ron Chernow that Lin-Manuel Miranda used as inspiration for um, the musical. So I was in choir in high school. Uh, that was a good class for me. But my favorite was English or literature. I loved it so much that I went on and got a degree in it once I graduated high school. So I have an English degree with a Spanish minor. That was another one of my favorite subjects. So I can maybe keep up with a conversation. Um, I understand reading more and can write better than I can speaking it. But yeah, I went pretty far with it in college. So um, I have had enough hours for a minor. But yeah, I really, really loved English pretty much from the time I was very, very young. I've always loved to read. Um, and I've always been very good at, spelling and grammar. So much so that my nephew was very, very happy when last year he needed help uh, with something that um, we didn't really know he needed help in until his teachers told us. And then within like 3-ish weeks, I taught him how to basically write multiple sentences answering a question, like writing a smallish paragraph. Um, and he was very thankful for that. And I think his teachers were too, because his answers finally made sense. Um, but yeah, so I'm just basically going through my icon books like I always do, grabbing um, stickers and placing them down. Looks like right now I'm doing reading stickers, so I'm just really grabbing random stickers because I have so many reading stickers, which makes a lot of sense considering how I feel about reading and all that. So, but yeah, so I'm looks like I am going through and um just flipping through one more time. I think I'm looking for the Spider-Man sticker that ends up, yes, uh being put down. I thought I had other Spider-Man stickers, but I don't. So I'm grabbing that one uh, and placing it down. And then, of course, going through again uh, and finding more stickers, more icons. But it looks like we are coming to the end of the video. So I want to say thank you for joining me for another memory keeping video. I hope you enjoyed it. Um, yeah, I don't really know that there's much else to say, except for I hope you have a good week, and I will see you in the next one. Um, bye.